Hello and welcome to more Political Excess. Today let's talk about political debates. I'm going to put up some articles here. I'll scroll through. These talk about some of the notable competitive races for governor or senate in various states and if the candidates are going to debate, when they're going to debate, and anything related to that. I just want to provide general commentary on debates. Should they happen in principle? Of course they should. There is only flimsy, tenuous, superficial reasons to not debate at least one time. That would be for the sake and health of the entire system and out of respect for the voters. If you can't put yourself out there and show where you stand, then why should anybody support you? If you can't stand up to your opponent and face the general public in one debate forum, how can we have confidence in you to carry out your duties while in office? Personally, I think statewide races that are the most high profile for governor and senate, they should have at least one debate for sure, probably two, maybe three debates. Other statewide offices, they can have at least one debate. They might have other types of forums for the candidates. And lower profile races, such as the U.S. House, they should still all debate at least one time. And in competitive House races, probably two, maybe three debates are warranted. The voters in those areas, in those districts, they want to know about the candidates. They want to hear what they have to say. They want to get a feel for them. That's completely, perfectly fair. Now, there are races where it's so one-sided, deep blue or a deep red state or district. I still think there should definitely be one debate at least, even if it's no chance. Put yourself out there still. Get yourself on the record. You should be able to contrast yourself with the alternative. And this goes for primaries as well. In some cases, it's even more important in the primary. Usually in those deep red or blue races, then the primaries are going to have much more prominence. So the trend does seem to be certain candidates don't want to debate. And that's a shame, but why is that? Well, I think the main reason is if they think they have so much of a lead, they don't want to give their opponent an opportunity to make a name for themselves or for them to blow their lead by saying something stupid or, worse yet, having the public aware of a position that they might not agree with. And what's really unfortunate is a lot of times that can work, especially if you're probably going to win by 10 or 20 points. You could make a case that it is in your best interest to not debate. I think then the media should really put a ton of pressure on those candidates to debate just in principle. There's no need to factor in any of the candidates, any of the issues, or the type of race. In principle, you get out there and you make your case to the electorate. There's really no satisfying or really remotely cogent argument that I think anyone is going to want to publicly put out there against debating. So as you can see, a lot of these states, there's going to be some debates. In other states, there is not going to be any debates. Sometimes that could change. There's still plenty of time for there to be a debate. Here's one example of in Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, their incumbent Republican Don Bacon and Democratic challenger Tony Vargas, they've got two debates set up. That's great. That's what you want to be seeing. It's probably going to be a relatively close race, so it's even more important. And yeah, the specifics as to what the rules are in a debate, that does matter. But broadly speaking, we're talking about an hour of back and forth with the moderator, usually with questions from local news reporters or groups of interest. There's all the standard opening statements, closing statements. Sometimes they ask each other questions. That's all fine. There's all kinds of nuance as to how you want to do a debate. Both campaigns should agree, and then they should have at it. We can contrast these Nebraska debates with Arizona. In their governor's election there, it does appear that Kati Hobbs, the Democrat, is not going to debate Kari Lake, the Republican. That is extremely disappointing. First of all, I wanted to see them go at it in at least a couple of debates. It's going to be a competitive, close race. And that's obviously also what the voters should have, and I'm sure what they expect. Now, why is Kati Hobbs not debating? I've heard various things. She doesn't want the debate to get too unruly or chaotic, like it may have in the Republican primary. That's fair, but then you would just fine tune the parameters to the debate then. And another thing I've heard is she doesn't want to hear Kari Lake's claims about the 2020 election and draw any attention to that. To me, that doesn't make any sense at all. If you think Kari Lake is espousing positions that the public would be turned off by, then you want her on that stage, and you want her to make a fool of herself. What else would you want? And then you're on that stage too. You get to rebut that, and then the public will decide. And another thing is there are tons of other issues and topics to be discussed. It's not like they're going to spend 45 minutes talking about the 2020 election. It might come up once or twice, but I think the people of Arizona want to hear about many other issues. And Kati Hobbs did not even debate in the Democratic primary. So this has nothing to do really with Kari Lake. I think that's kind of a farce. I think she should get on that stage as every other candidate should. Mike DeWine in Ohio, if he doesn't debate Nan Whaley, he sucks. There's no other way around it. I don't care what state it is, what race it is, how big of a lead you have, how scared you are, how much you don't want to give any credence to your opponent. I don't care if there's other forms of media that are supposed to be more important than debates. We want the debates. Mark Kelly is going to debate Blake Masters in Arizona. He's showing how it's done. Kati Hobbs, I think this makes her look really bad and just, quite frankly, too scared to get on stage and contrast herself with her opponent. I hope she changes her mind. I hope people put pressure on her because I think this is not a good look at all for her or for any other nominee or candidate in any of these other races. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a rant about debates. What do you think about this topic? Should people debate? Or do you not really care if candidates want to debate? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.